Latrice. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here today. So today I am sharing a video of my luxury mistakes, my luxury regrets. You know, through the years, I've spent a pretty penny on luxury goods. I honestly feel like if I knew what I know now, I would have just left them at the store. By no means are these items not great items. They just didn't work out the way that I thought they would in my lifestyle. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So the first item are my Hermes Chypre sandals. Here they are. So these were initially a wish list item and something that I picked up in Paris. It was crazy during that time because they were like some of the hottest shoes by the brand. And honestly, y'all, this one's a tough one because I actually genuinely do really like this shoe. However, what makes these a luxury mistake for me is this little silver piece just right here. Guys, that silver piece for me makes this shoe super uncomfortable. It just irritates my foot so bad. I can wear them for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. So uncomfortable. And I don't feel like anybody really talked about it. I think I heard it mentioned a couple times when I was looking at reviews of these shoes, but it wasn't something that was really flagged often enough to make me rethink my decision prior to purchasing. But now that I know, I would not buy another pair. I learned. I definitely learned. The other luxury regret that I have is not currently with me because I sold it, and it was the Chanel Crazy C sandals. I was so excited when I purchased those, y'all. I asked all the SAs that I had connections to help me get them. I got them. I got my dream pair. And I remember when I first tried them on, I wish that the way that they went around the ankle, I just wish it fit a little higher. It fit right on the ankle instead of a little bit above the ankle. And I feel like an above the ankle strap just has this sex appeal to it that I particularly like. For me and my style, they felt a little conservative. So I didn't like the shoe, how it really fit, but I didn't take it back or return it because I worked so hard to get it. So I was just conflicted and I ultimately kept it. I shouldn't have, and I knew in my heart that I shouldn't have because it wasn't what I thought it would be, but I did, and I eventually sold it. So I just regret not listening to that part of me that wanted to return them pretty immediately because I had been wanting them so bad. There was this level of not deep guilt, but just these are what I wanted. Oh no. I wanted to make fetch a thing, you know? I wanted to make it work, but it just wasn't for me. So the next luxury regret of mine is the Nice Nano. So at that time, I was in my Louis Vuitton collector era, and I just wanted to really get the entire Nice collection. So I was like, oh my God, it's there, it's available at the store. I've never seen it in person, I hardly see it. I purchased this right before I ended up taking a trip to Paris. And I don't think I knew at that time that I was gonna end up going to Paris. I hadn't planned out that trip yet. But ultimately, after going to Paris and receiving my VAT tax refund, my Nice BB, which is the large version of this, ended up being less than my Nice Nano. I got more excited about the thrill of the chase and finding it and getting it than actually having it. Honestly, it's not something that I typically use a lot. There was a good amount of time that I was using it for travel and jewelry, and I actually still could do that, but it's one of those things that for me, through time, I found myself to be pretty indifferent about it. It's something that I'm happy that I have a part of my collection. I'm not happy about the unstrategic way that I went about purchasing it. Not that I'm upset about it either. I'm just ugh. It's super cute. Don't get me wrong, she's adorable. And as a person who lives for small bags and small little dainty things like this, it's not that it's not me, it's a very optional piece. And because of the way I bought it, just being so excited, I didn't give it that true thought and have any intentionality for it or behind it. So for me, and me only, it just ended up being an underwhelming piece with a pretty hefty price tag. And that's just what it is. So sticking with Louis Vuitton, my next luxury regret is the medium agenda cover. My regret is just my lack of awareness about the size of the paper that went into it and how I would struggle with that. This is where I've written things, and guys, it just is too small. Like, my handwriting is not small enough for the paper size that this requires. Like, it's just not. My writing, it's bigger, it's wavy, it's flowery, and so I just didn't think I would feel so limited. It's a little bit constraining. Like, I feel like I have to reel it in. So for me, this agenda cover and the other one were supposed to be a space for ideas, and this one was supposed to be like the one that I took with me on the go, but it's just, honestly, it's too small. So it's not that I don't necessarily like it, but just functionally for me, it just doesn't really work. It's such a moment, and I love stacking them. It's a little moment, but in terms of real functionality, I struggle. I'm not gonna lie, I struggle. Another regret of mine, but you will peep me wearing this one day, because I'm gonna get my cost per wear out of this, is this Celine bra top. I thought it was a crop top, and later on I peeped, actually just in making a recent video, that it was meant to be like more of a bra top. This is another one that is not a deep regret, but I just hate that I haven't worn it, and I hate that because it is luxury, it feels too formal. It's not formal. Even though it's an informal luxury piece, it feels weird to wear it as informally as it's meant to be worn because it is a luxury piece. I hope that makes sense to y'all, but that is how I feel. So this is a new purchase, and I actually do not regret it. I regret getting so excited that I got two in a short period of time. I love the women wearing ties look that is trending right now, that like men's wear inspired, tailored look. So I purchased myself a tie. So this one I got actually from like a consignment shop, and it is Gucci. So it was significantly reduced, and I'm glad that I did not pay a bunch of money for a nice Gucci tie. However, I got excited. I haven't worn this, okay? So keep that in mind. And then a few weeks later when I went back, they had so many Hermes ties. So I bought myself an Hermes tie. If you can peep. So yeah, guys, it is adorable. And I think it's cute. I'm glad that it's orange. It got these little bunnies on it. Growing up, I loved bunny rabbits. So, so cute. I got this Hermes one for $45. It's not the fact that I bought one. And granted, thank goodness I didn't pay an arm and a leg for it. But it's one of those things where like, girl, you haven't even worn the first one yet. Do we need to? Do we need to? But I was like, you know, in my mind, I was like, we could have a more serious one and like a more fun wild card one. But again, we haven't been wearing our ties yet to do all that. So it's not that I regret getting them, but more I regret my impulsiveness and excitement that sometimes takes over me as I'm making purchases, because sometimes I feel like I can jump the gun. Because it does match my Kelly bracelet, I do think it will be a fun pairing eventually. But I just, sometimes I like to let myself prove it out that I'll wear this thing before I just go and get two, you know? But it's fine. It's not the worst one. It's just like, girl, we got too excited. We got too excited. Man. That is everything I have for you guys today. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload. I'll chat with you later. Bye.